Have you ever met someone who just seems to have it all together? The perfect job, the perfect family, the kind of quiet confidence that makes you think they've unlocked some secret to life. Well, I used to think I was that guy. My name is Alex, and my world was built on a simple principle: control. Control your schedule, control your team, control your emotions. I believed power was a fortress I had to build around myself, brick by meticulous brick. Every project I managed, every deal I closed, was another stone in the wall. I thought this was strength. I thought this was success. Then, I met Sergeant Miller. Sergeant Miller wasn't anyone I worked with. He was my new neighbor. A retired Army veteran, a widower, and a single father to a bright, energetic 10-year-old named Lily. My first impression? He was chaotic. His lawn wasn't perfectly manicured like mine. Sometimes I'd see him in his yard, not building or fixing, but just being. He'd be on his knees, examining a ladybug with Lily, or they'd be having a full-blown water fight that soaked half his porch. To me, his life looked like a series of uncontrolled variables. It was messy. It was inefficient. And honestly, a part of me looked down on it. My moment of reckoning came on a Saturday. I had a huge presentation on Monday, a make-or-break deal. I'd been working non-stop, fueled by caffeine and the adrenaline of looming success. I was in my home office, my fortress, staring at spreadsheets, when my power went out. Not just mine, the whole block. I felt a surge of pure panic. My control was gone. My meticulously planned weekend was collapsing. I stormed outside, frustrated, and saw Miller on his porch, calmly lighting a barbecue. "Power's out," he said with a smile, not a hint of stress in his voice. "Looks like it's grilling time. We've got extra burgers if you're hungry." I just stared at him. Burgers? Didn't he understand the gravity of the situation? I muttered something about deadlines and how this was a disaster. He just nodded thoughtfully. "You know," he began, flipping a burger. "In the Army, you learn pretty quick that you can't control the terrain. You can't control the weather, and you sure can't control what the other guy is going to do. Your plan, no matter how perfect, will fall apart in the first 5 minutes." He looked at me, his eyes holding a depth I hadn't seen before. "Control isn't strength, Alex. Control is an illusion. Real strength is about how you adapt when you lose control. It's about being the calm in the storm for the people who depend on you." He gestured with his spatula towards Lily, who was now drawing on the driveway with chalk, completely unbothered by the blackout. "My mission right now," he continued, his voice softer, "is her. It's making sure she feels safe and happy, even when the lights go out. It's not about having power over the situation. It's about having the strength to be present within it." That hit me like a ton of bricks. My fortress of control suddenly felt like a prison. I had been so focused on managing every outcome that I had completely missed the point of living through the process. I was trying to control the waves, while Miller was teaching his daughter how to surf. I ended up joining them for burgers that evening. We ate by candlelight, and for the first time in years I wasn't thinking about work. I listened to Lily's stories about school and Miller's quiet, funny anecdotes about his time in the service. There was no schedule, no agenda. There was just connection. In the flickering candlelight, I saw it. The real strength he talked about. It wasn't in his booming voice or his military background. It was in the gentle way he listened to his daughter. It was in his ability to turn a power outage from a crisis into a cherished memory. It was the strength of resilience, of presence, of love. That Monday, I walked into my presentation with a different kind of energy. The power outage had forced me to finish my work with less time, to improvise. But instead of feeling panicked, I felt flexible. I remembered Miller's words. "Real strength is about how you adapt." I delivered the presentation not as a rigid commander, but as a confident guide. And we won the deal. It was a huge victory, but it felt different. The success wasn't the win itself, but the way I had handled the chaos leading up to it. Since then, I've started dismantling my fortress, brick by brick. I still work hard, I'm still ambitious, but my definition of power has fundamentally changed. Power isn't about bending the world to your will. It's about having the inner strength to stand firm, flexible, and open-hearted when the world refuses to bend. It's about knowing what your real mission is. For Sergeant Miller, it was his daughter. For me, I'm learning it's about connecting with the people around me, about being present, and about finding strength not in control, but in surrender. My lawn still isn't as messy as Miller's, but some days, when I see him and Lily chasing butterflies, I feel a little bit envious. They're not just living, they're thriving in the beautiful, uncontrollable chaos of it all. So I ask you, what fortress have you built around yourself? What would happen if you let a few of those walls tumble down? True strength might be waiting for you, not in the plan, but in the beautiful, unexpected moments when everything goes dark, and all you have is a grill, a couple of burgers, and the people you share them with. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this time with me. If this story resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories about finding strength in unexpected places. See you in the next one.